So good morning everyone, and before I start with my topic, I'll give a brief context about myself. This would help you understand where I come from, what are the areas of expertise, what I don't know. So first and foremost, I've never been an academician. I've never taught before. So first 8 or 9 years of my career while I was in job, I used to finance a lot of higher education institutes as a venture capital investor and a private equity investor, both in India and outside India. Post that, somewhere in 2011, I took my entrepreneurship plunge, started my first startup in EdTech domain in the higher education sector again, where we made beautiful tech products, worked hard on it for 2.5 years, gave those tech products to universities, predominantly universities, and failed miserably. And that actually gave me a hard lesson that in EdTech, ed comes before the tech. You can't have technology thrust upon educational institutes and ask them to adopt. Shut down that startup, went back to the drawing board and started another startup which was Impartus in 2014 from the first principles. Got good success, got good adoption, was able to reach 200 plus universities, and a year and a half back, Impartus got 100% acquired by upGrad and rebranded as upGrad Campus. The focus remains the same. How do we actually provide learning solutions to colleges, to universities, to actually make them world class? The topic of this presentation is actually specialized degrees and courses for industry-ready ecosystem. It's very important in today's world. What we are doing at upGrad is how do we actually partner closely with universities to enable them to think about the next generation of education, higher education. A very brief about upGrad Campus. upGrad, as most of you are aware, is founded by Ronnie Stuwala and focused on the higher education domain. It's South Asia's largest higher education company, and broadly, if you actually go out, one thing which is very, very pertinent here is upGrad is known for its great quality content, great quality courses, as well as delivery. And that is reflected in the NPS, in the student satisfaction, and other reports that we are able to do, even the transition reports, student career transition reports. At campus, we have actually partnered with more than 300 plus leading universities and colleges, offering them both our tech solution as well as content and courses solution. Broadly, this slide talks about some of the scale that we've been able to achieve over the past 7+ years into this journey. Again, partnering with a lot of leading universities, lot of leading colleges, and focusing on how we can actually help students to learn better. One core theme here is we don't believe in just creating content. We believe content and courses is a commodity. Yes, it requires a lot of hard work. At upGrad, we would have 400 plus member content team, instructional designer, storyboarders who will create this content. But the bigger game is actually ensuring that students learn. So we have a principle of student mentors, especially in India. People need adult supervision. So every learner on our platform is encouraged and we ensure that they complete the course, which is actually evident from our completion rates and NPS. So before I move ahead, actually, I'll be talking about some of the industry problems and particular solutions and products that we have to offer it. In fact, there's a lot of changes that's happening into the higher education ecosystem. Many actually started via government intervention, some via COVID. While we are returning back to new normal, most of the educators and universities that I meet actually are looking at how do we actually aspire to grow in this new environment. And at upGrad, We understand the pain points of these educational institutions and learners very well. You all would have read across multiple reports. It's actually media's favorite talking point, how Indian students are unemployable. There's some merit in it, some things media love to exaggerate. Though there are a lot of reports which talk about people are unable to get their job of choice. At upGrad, our whole mission and our whole idea is how do we actually get people to get their jobs of choice, not only get any jobs. So our North Star at upGrad campus is employability and entrepreneurship. How do we actually ensure each student is employable, gets the job of their choice? And there are four broad pillars, four broad themes that I'll be talking about today. How do we make it happen? First and foremost, everything, and while you at universities are looking to build these new age courses, new age degrees, ensuring that your students are employable, I think these four pillars are very relevant that we follow. First, industry relevance. Every curriculum of yours, yes, there's a portion of core courses, there's a portion of core theory, but it also needs to be embedded with industry relevant content, industry relevant projects. At upGrad campus, we actually focus on each of our trainers and teachers who are taking classes are not our employees, but are actually industry professionals. We don't employ even a single teacher on our payrolls. Because earlier, 4 years back, we used to do it, and we've realized one major thing. Even an industry professional who's worked in an industry resigns and comes to the academia side. In 2 or 3 years, that person loses the touch of the industry. So it's very important while you are designing the structure, actually industry professionals taking classes and teaching students. That will be the real way to bridge this gap. Second, you can't have an industry professional come and only teach your classes. That's guest lectures, that's interaction, which is good. It needs a team of planners and instructional designers and storyboarders who converts the industry experience into an actual course, actual teaching. And that's where we put a lot of focus on. Second, as I mentioned earlier, it's very important, especially in India, to have that adult supervision. I think hybrid or blended is the word. Many of the universities that we talk to have taken a lot of online content, be it MIT OpenCourseware, be it other content, and given it as a library to their students. And this I can very well thump the desk and say is a complete failure. The completion rate are under 5%. You can't have online content and give it to students and say, hey, we've actually imbibed online learning. You need to have a blended approach. When I say blended, it's a mix of live as well as on-demand lectures, live as well as on-demand classes, and boot camps which are physical. You require a bit of physical hand-holding and physical touch also to actually imbibe on this journey of hybrid or a blended. This would encourage students to actually go on the new normal where they are able to learn from the best of the faculty and best of the worlds, both online and offline. So again, my message here would be, don't only make online as your strategy. If you want to move into the new world, actually keep blended as your strategy, which is mix of online, offline and live lectures that will encourage students to actually learn. And this would be visible in the completion rate. Third point is, many of the jobs that are available today are not just based on core curriculum. So the point that I made earlier also, you need to actually embed new age skills, new age courses. To give you an example, like I'll talk later also about it, one of the partner universities of ours has been running a program, BTech in Computer Science. Now it has partnered with us to launch a program, BTech in Computer Science with specialization in data science and AI/ML. Now this has actually encouraged students to get much higher placement rates, to actually get much higher revenue for the college, because these are new age skills where students are able to upgrade themselves and get better jobs. So the goal of the university when we talked to them was, no, I don't need to increase my enrollment numbers significantly. 20% increase in enrollment is good. But I need to increase my revenue and placement rate significantly. And for that, you actually need to embed new age courses into your core curriculum. Fortunately for us, in the past 6 months, UGC has been quite flexible to actually allow these courses both as for-credit courses as well as certification program with specialization. And we are working very closely with UGC to actually make them happen where students are able to learn these new age courses. And last point, which is one of the most important, which Ronnie always, the founder of upGrad, always tells me, while at jobs, everyone is focusing on functional skills and hard skills, soft skills is equally important, which though in B school, many times people do focus, but in engineering, in BSc, in BCom, in many of the multidisciplinary universities, this is slightly ignored. You need to have a dedicated focus on soft skills into each of your years of the graduation. And after all that, specific placement preparation has to be inbuilt into a curriculum as part of core curriculum, and then provide job opportunities to students. So at upGrad campus, we have a dedicated separate team, close to 200-member team, which is only focusing on career assistance. How do we actually get job opportunities, cutting-edge job opportunities for different category of students, be it engineers, be it computer science engineers, non-tech side, MBA or multidisciplinary. So this team actually works very closely with students to help them actually get a job. Because at the end of the day, when we interact with students, they say, hey, your content is great, your teachers are great, but it's no use if I'm unable to get a job. So students want that outcome. And I think universities or educators also want this outcome. So we have broadly two solutions, apart from our whole tech platform that we provide to colleges, which help them actually move ahead. We have two specific course-led intervention which helps university students to get better placement. First is joint degree program. In fact, we've named it joint degree. It's a misnomer. At upGrad, we can't provide degrees. So what we do is we work with universities and we launch specialized degrees. So a university might have BTech in mechanical engineering. We would add portions to it so that there is a specialization, or BTech in computer science with specialization in data science. At the end of the 4 year, the students would actually get degree from the university and a specialization certificate from us, and we would work very closely with the university to ensure that each and every student of that university gets a job into new age skills. These typically are 3 to 4 year programs where we work every semester along with the university, where the core courses are taught by university and new age courses are taught by us in a blended mode. Second is job ready certification program. These are short-term interventions, typically a semester-long, 4 to 5 month long intervention, where we help universities teach one course to a student. It can be for credit, not for credit, and then help the students to get jobs. Typically, most suited towards 3rd or 4th year students. I'll not go in depth into this thing. There are brochures that are available outside, what kind of programs we have. Right now, we've kept our focus into 2 broad areas, for engineering and for management. As we move ahead in the next academic year, we would be launching courses, many courses for multidisciplinary subjects and into other streams of engineering. So these joint degree programs, actually, we start in the first year, we help the college into admission into these joint degree programs, and we work very closely with universities over a 3 to 4 year period, the end outcome being higher placement number and better placement number for students. Second, again, the job certification we are focusing on, we have close to around 7+ programs. We encourage every university or college to inculcate one program every semester, which actually helps while the student is in second or third year. It actually helps the student to build a strong portfolio and an industry connect and an industry life projects through which they are better employable. I'll very briefly take 2-3 minutes to talk about a couple of case studies that we've done. These are select few case studies among the 300 plus partnerships that we have with colleges. With Lovely Professional University, we are running a joint degree program where more than 1,300 students are learning these specialized courses, BTech with specialization in data science. Each of the student is actually working on industry case studies and live projects, handheld by us and industry professionals from various leading companies. Apart from on-demand content, we also provide daily live lectures as well as physical in-person boot camps, and with the end goal of much higher placement. If the placement is X for these programs, the placement should be at least 1.3x CTC. We recently, I wanted to share an example from Jaipur. We've recently partnered with JCRC to launch a specialization in blockchain technology. This is a new specialization where we were able to get, and this semester the first batch has just started. In this new program, we were able to get 100 additional students, which were not present, let's say, last year. So apart from their normal computer science program, this program, we are bringing in a lot of Indian and global blockchain experts to teach these students actually blockchain technology. And as all of us are aware, in these new age skills, again, the placement rates are much better. With that goal, we've launched this program at a slightly higher price point, which enables more revenue realization as well as better placement and branding for the college. RVCE is one of the leading institutes, one of the top institutes in Bangalore, RV College of Engineering. We have partnered with them and launched short-term programs typically for their third-year student, so that before they go for placement, these are 5-month-long programs. Before a student goes for placement, this gives them good industry connect. Similarly, with BNMIT, we've launched short-term programs. There are multiple short-term programs which we've launched with other universities as well. One of the common themes which are actually shared, so I'll not go deep into this slide, everything that we do at upGrad focuses on these principles. We actually have dedicated teams working on content to actually help students for their doubt solving. We have, as faculty side, we have industry professionals teaching our courses, and everything is built with live projects and industry partnership. So I think with this close partnership with universities, which we are doing in our B2B business, both universities and upGrad can together get better placements for students, which is our end goal. So with this, I'll pause and I'll encourage, if there are any points, any questions, I'll be happy to take or go deep into that. Thanks a lot.